I pray to that God to give you all perfect health and wealth. In this episode, soul, mind, heart, analysis. We often hear from our grandparents that the soul is indestructible. The elders say that when a person dies, the soul leaves the body and flies away. Scholars who have studied Vedas also say the same thing. According to modern science, if the weight of the body is measured after death a few minutes before death, the difference in weight of the body is 22 grams. Scientists have proved that 22 grams of weight was lost after death if it was 22 grams more before. Therefore, the soul is said to exist in another body, i.e. the fetus in the lady's womb. Let us analyze to what extent this is true. First, what is soul? The soul resides anywhere in our body, in the brain, heart, liver, near the kidney area. Echata established his base. I am a meditator. I sit in meditation for 3 hours non-stop. This is a meditation that took place between 1994 to 96. Now I am able to meditate only for 1 hour, then I will tell you some things that my mind has learned through experience. Then it should be called blood. And how can it be a soul? Let me ask myself this question. Without seeing the area with the eyes, we remove the ant in that place by hand, which expresses its pain to the brain. We do that work involuntarily. This is also done mechanically, so we must think that the living being is the body as a whole, that is called the soul. The blood that flows in it is called Atma. Atma is better compared to electricity, that is, Atma is not blood but flows in the blood. The soul is invisible to the eye. White blood cells formation colored blood cells are present in the blood, which is known to all as the life force soul that flows through it. The soul has nothing to do with emotions, high blood pressure or low blood pressure like sugar. For example, suppose there is an accident and the blood is lost excessively. Stops blood flow to the heart. Even if the heart stops, the invisible spirit, which is mixed in the blood in the head, tries to knock the heart and wake it up. All this also happens internally, and that is why sometimes a person lives even 15 or 20 minutes after the heart stops. Let's discuss in more detail. Shouldn't we compare the soul with electricity? Does the electricity flow to us or not? The friction of two wires causes light to flow. If there is more than 1/100th of a second spark, it is called short circuit. Sometimes the light bulbs in the house give half light or burn out due to high or low power deficit. If the current is too high, the bulbs will explode. Also, if the soul slips from the human body due to accidents or other reasons, then the soul also leaves the body. Second is the mind. It consists of two types of mind. One is the subconscious mind, the second is the conscious mind. The mind knows everything. How he behaves, what he eats, how he looks, what he does, what he talks about, the entire process is known through the 5 senses. Subconscious is the unconscious mind that carries out the things we do involuntarily. Sometimes verbs are directed. Usually the work done by subconscious has 90% success rate. The other 10% of things we do tend to swing away, so they may not be successful. But if the thoughts are strong and continuous and they are entered into the subconscious, then the tasks will be successful. Because subconscious thoughts are what we do most when we are conscious. These are the emotions of high BP, low BP, sugar, kidney, liver, ulcer, damage, or being good and functioning properly. We don't usually listen to what the conscious mind has to say to make us especially sick. If these are good, then our health will be 75% correct. The remaining 25% must be left on karma. Another important thing to tell you is that we believe in God only if we have our mind. We believe in devils or we don't. It means that the mind must be what makes us survive in this earthly world. Without that man, we are equal to the dead. It means that there is life and soul, but lifeless and unconscious in a coma will be at that time both our minds are not functioning at all. But the soul clings to the body. It keeps trying to wake up the mind. This process is continuous. If there is no response from the body, the heart stops. If you want to know about the heart, that is, if you want to know about the heart is very good. It has the ability to respond to pain. If not, the mind, which is 75% conscious in the heart, will believe if the conscious mind says it, i.e., there will be a sincere response through the touch of the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, or tongue. Diseases and illnesses take refuge in the body, through the mind, through the substances eaten by the mind. Happy or sad mind or heart wants new things, often wants to change. Heart is influenced by environment. Jima will be accomplished. The mind also joins this. If the heart stops, then the mind is there in the mind for a while. Its work is to knock the heart, and it does it continuously for about 15 or 20 minutes or half an hour. If the heart does not respond, then if the soul leaves, then the mind leaves. That is why the soul does not know what is good or bad. The soul goes to the heart of man, seeking all of it to return to the new embryo. A broken heart, these human beings remember in their hearts the good deeds they have done and the bad deeds they have done. I end this episode with this: good boy, this is your psycho-philosopher.